People, share this video. Let other people have this. Don't keep this to yourself. Ask questions, people. Ask yourself questions. What are we being fed? What damned lies are we being fed? Too many people have believed and swallowed the bullshit because you've been programmed for decades, and all that programming has entered the brain space for decades. Yeah, that's what they call it, programming, television programming. You're being programmed and you don't even know it. And then you're begging for, you know what's happened? They put us all under such a strain. You're now begging for relief. And by the way, Moonshot is the name of their project. It's called Operation Moonshot. It means every single person in the UK, they're spending $100 billion. Where the hell did that money come from? On getting everybody in the UK tested. By January, they will have 10 million a day being tested. At the moment, I think they're testing 100,000 people a day. But at the rate of 100,000 people, it takes years to test 65 million people. They're pumping 100 billion. We're told this country's got no money. But $100 billion, pounds, just turns up out of the thin air just like that. We've got people who are homeless. We've got hospitals. Well, we did have hospitals that were overrun until the lockdown came in, and then the hospitals were all empty and we were lied to. The tests are useless. So who is it? What organisation is behind all of this? If I say who is behind it, I'll get suspended. All I can tell you is there is a certain group of people, and they are the ones that you cannot criticise. Go and look it up. Look up who are the ones you cannot criticise. They scream out in pain when they strike you. They're the ones who are behind it. Satanic bastards. Yeah, they scream out in pain whilst they strike you. This is said about those people who are behind it. But if I'm direct about who is behind it, I will get suspended, and I don't want to do that. They're planning martial law. The army, I don't believe the military will be happy with what's going on. Because today, there were a lot of soldiers there today. There was a lot of ex-military, there were a lot of veterans like myself. There were a lot of serving military there as well today. And they were there to protect and form a barrier. Last week, they held the police off for 4 hours. The police spent 4 hours charging and trying to get to the stage. And all the soldiers and the ex-military, Imam's not speaking up. People are complicit. There's two types of people. I'm now classed as a conspiracy theorist. But a conspiracy theory was a term created by the CIA after they executed John F. Kennedy. They created that because people were looking too much into the truth. So to discredit the people who were the truth seekers, who were getting closer to the truth, they came up with this term in the 1960s, conspiracy theorist. And basically a conspiracy theorist is somebody who doesn't believe the bullshit. And a complicity theorist is somebody who swallows the bullshit and asks for more. And says, please, please give me the solution. Yeah, please come and save me with your fucking virus. Please come and test me. Test all my family. Do you know what's in the vaccinations? Aluminium, mercury, pig's DNA, monkey DNA, body parts, DNA from babies, from aborted fetuses, aborted babies. Bits of aborted baby are in the vaccines, and you want that in your body. Mercury is the most toxic substance known to man. It's either the first or the second. It's in the vaccine. There is absolutely no use or benefit or function of mercury in the human body. Why something that is absolutely of no benefit and no use and serves no purpose other than it's deadly, yeah, in the vaccines? That's mercury. Aluminium causes Alzheimer's. Aluminium is very dangerous I'm not a doctor, I'm not a scientist, but aluminium is very damaging for your nervous system. It causes memory loss. It causes motor issues, meaning your ability to move. Real Life says he's been on the subject for 30 years. Phenomenal. They're killing people with vaccines and giving them ill health. I've seen this. I've got friends who are in hospital on COVID wards who reported back horrific stories about what happened to them and what they saw around them. And they saw DNR tags on the end of beds, on the, you know, the clipboard on the end of the bed, or on the whiteboard behind the bed. DNR, do not resuscitate. Anybody over 60, do not. I'm 52. In 8 years, I'll be 60. In some cities, the DNR label, the DNR is for people over the age of 45 or 50. I mean, that's young. You're still a young kid. Why would you not resuscitate somebody? Is it not medical ethics to try and save lives? Is it not the Hippocratic oath to save somebody's life? Is a doctor's, when somebody becomes a doctor, yeah, and I've got doctors in my family, my grandfather was a doctor, do they not have something where they have an oath where they must save lives? There are people who are complicit in ending those lives, pumping people with morphine so that they're out of it. They don't even know where they are. Then they starve to death in the hospitals. They dehydrate to death. I'm not just saying this. There are nurses and doctors who've openly stated it. Selena says they will not speak up. They have not been able to do anything about community issues. This is world issue. You're referring to the religious scholars, the imams of the Muslim faith. Most of them won't speak up. Everybody's worried about their position. Shazia says morphine kills you. So it does. Morphine's a toxin. It puts you to sleep. It knocks you out. If you increase the dose, which is what they do, it will kill you. Yeah. But you won't die necessarily of the morphine itself. You will die from starvation and dehydration. People, share this video. Let other people have this. Don't keep this to yourself.